We left Coldbrook, New York, and took a 4-hour trip east to Leicester, Vermont, to stay at a campground for our first foray into New England. So stick around as we check out Fort Ticonderoga, take a riverboat tour, climb Mount Defiance, learn all about syrup at the Maple Museum, eat at Ben & Jerry's, try our first creamy and apple cider donuts, and get a logo that shows the Tiny House Travelers on the side of the house. It's going to be an exciting one, so stick around. This fort is insanely well equipped. I count 7 or 8 different cannon locations. This one deck, just this one deck has 9 cannons and 3 mortar cannons. And then you've got another one over there, another one over there, and then there's the small cannons down there. There's some more over here. This place is just insanely well equipped with cannons. So definitely understandable why nobody wanted to attack this fort. This section over here is where the big guns are. This is the area where they would defend the water. Make sure that no boats got through. These things are enormous. Obviously replicas, but they're the right size. I mean, they're freaking big. It's heavy, right?
It is heavy.
At Fort Ticonderoga, they have guided tours, self-tours, all that fun jazz. But we decided that we were going to do the Carillon Cruise, which takes us out on this boat, out into the water, kind of shows us the fort from the water, gives us a little bit of a history of what the area looked like, and pretty stoked about it. I love the history nerd stuff, so it was like $44 including admission and everything. You can't beat that. So hopefully this is as fun as I think it's going to be. Just got done with the tour on the boat. Was an hour and 15 minutes, so pretty long. Took us all around Lake Champlain. They had a guide on the boat that talked to us about 3 or 4 different wars, the different ways that people tried to attack Fort Ticonderoga, and even showed us some sonar imaging of shipwrecks and bridge wrecks that were under the water. Tour guide was super cool. They had beer and hard cider and pops available for sale. And that's quick side note, you can't tip them. If you hand them cash, they're not allowed to take that. But if you buy something on the boat, you can tip them. So if you do that and you enjoy the tour, buy something cheap, tip them that way. It was overall really, really fun. So included with the $44 tour, boat tour, and the entrance into Fort Ticonderoga, you also got a little token for Mount Defiance, which was important as a vantage point over Fort Ticonderoga. And we were on our way over there, and we found a waterfall. And one thing you probably don't know about us, but definitely will, is we will always stop for a waterfall. So we found the waterfall at Lake Lachute. Boom! Look at that thing. And as much as I love waterfalls, Angel loves bridges. So we had to stop at that too. So the quickest way to get from Vermont to Ticonderoga in New York is to take the ferry across this giant lake. So 12 bucks, hop on this ferry, and it'll bring you right across. Cuts like 20 minutes off your drive. So we're gonna give it a shot, see how it goes. So the boat is actually pulled by 2 cables that run across the entire thing, and they drop down as they pass by, and they just use it to pull. So there's just cables running from there all the way to there that it uses. To say that the roads in Vermont are different than the roads where we're from in Ohio is a bit of an understatement. This is one of the main thoroughfares between Vermont and New Hampshire. So if you want to get from one to the other, then you pass on this dirt road for about 3 miles before you find another paved road. Of course, no trip to New England is complete without learning a little bit about the maple syrup industry.
Run like the dickens to milk the cows and feed the chickens. Carry Nancy and Jake, swap all the pigs, work for 2 hours, eat like a Turk, and by heck, I'm ready for a full day's work. I'll goose up the wagon, put on a hay rack, throw on a jug of cider in an old grain sack. Hitch up the horses and hustle down the lane. Must get the hay in for it looks like rain. But I look over yonder, and sure as I was born, the cattle on the rampage and the sheep in the corn.
Welcome to the New England Maple Museum, the most complete collection of maple sugaring exhibits in existence. During the tour, you will journey through time and see the progressive development of equipment and utensils used to make the oldest truly American agricultural commodity, maple sugar. But to better understand maple, let's look at sugar in general.
You're sourer than a lemon, you'll be clear very soon. Tell everyone you need that.
So we're on our way to the Ben & Jerry's factory to do samples and things like that, and we found a roadside creemee stand. So we are checking out, Vermont is known for their ice cream type things called creemees. So we're going to be checking those out, see what those are like. Oh, good. It's like maple syrup in ice cream form. It's so good. Yeah, this was worth the trip.
You've come here for the inside scoop, right? So let's take a closer look. Ah, Vermont. we've been making ice cream here since 1978. So if we do the math, 16 fluid ounces, 40 cubic years, carry the one, that adds up to enough pints to reach the moon and back. Whew, that's a lot. How do we make all that ice cream?
Since we had already stopped for creamees on the way to the Ben & Jerry's, we decided we might as well knock off another Vermont staple, the apple cider donut. To do that, we pulled over to a roadside stand called the Cold Hollow Cider Mill and picked up a bag of apple cider donuts to take home with us. So these are the apple cider donuts that we stopped and got. There's a big thing here in Vermont is apple cider mills, and these things are huge. They're, I don't know, they're doughy, they're dense. But they are very dense. Let's see how they taste. Yeah, that's not good. That is not good. That, maybe if it had some icing or something, might be. But right now it just kind of tastes like a dry apple cake. So we didn't have any icing, but at the maple store, the maple syrup museum that we went to, they had this maple cream. So Angel had the idea to put that on the donuts, and they are so much better this way. They just needed something else. There we go. Yeah, much better. So, apple cider donuts, not so great. Apple cider donuts with maple cream on them? Yeah, very nice. The last thing that we needed to do before we took off on the road was to get these decals that we picked up from a local graphics company and get them onto the tiny house. So here's me really struggling trying to do that. Thanks so much for following along on our Vermont adventures. If you liked the video, make sure to click subscribe. I'm going to start doing more vlog content of our adventures as we travel around the US. And if you liked this video, make sure to click the thumbs up icon. Helps get this video out to other people. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to see some more beautiful landscapes of Vermont, stick around. I'm going to throw in some B-roll. Bye.